Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the DX OhinBuster 50 from Kamen Rider Revice. I love this thing. I think it looks really cool. I love the color scheme. You get a couple bits of metallic pink paint over here and over here. You have a lot of translucent blue. There's a kind of a soft plastic here for the blade of the axe. You have some translucent blue here around the stamp area for the two triggers. Down here. This section here is kind of like a mini Vice stamp, but not quite. You just push this button down and then you can pop it off the end there. Now, this doesn't have any electronics or lights or sounds or anything in this piece on its own. It does have the metal magnet down here with that almost Venom looking face, which I really enjoy. But this is just to kind of work this. Now, you can go ahead and stamp this on the driver and it will, the magnet will work. But this piece here is a lot thinner than the normal slide section on a Vice stamp, so you can't actually slide it into the driver. So it's not going to activate any sounds or phrases or anything in the driver. You can just stamp it with the magnet if you want. This just pops back on here. There's no buttons to press down. It doesn't activate any sounds. It's literally just like a storage area until you want to use it. Now, you can just push this down. You don't actually have to use the stamp. I'll show that off in a minute, but... So you don't actually need this piece at all, really. It's just, if you want to use the magnet, which is cool. But you have two triggers here, one for the axe, one for the gun. Come around to this side. You can attach Vice stamps to the top. We'll get to that in a minute. And then here's the release button for that. Here's the speaker. And then here is where the batteries are stored here. It's just 3 little watch batteries. They come included, so you just pull the little tab out. You don't have to supply your own batteries. No AAAs this time. Now, that also means that it's always on. There's no way to turn it off, so I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But yeah, it's always on. But if you ever need to replace the batteries, you would just open up this little compartment here. So pretty cool. If we go ahead and hit the button, so if we're using it as an axe... That's it. And again, it doesn't matter if this is attached or not. You can hold it down. Nothing. So just kind of a standard axe clanging sound. If we go ahead and use it as a gun. And you can see that the stamp area lights up. It does that for both. I don't know, I really like that sound. It's very satisfying. And again, doesn't matter if this is attached or not. But yeah, so you get kind of one standard sound for each. Holding it down doesn't do anything. Now how this works, we're going to go ahead and remove this. And then we're going to stamp it on here. And then depending on which trigger you hit, so it says strike if you use the trigger for the gun mode. If we use the trigger for the axe, it says slash. Now really you don't have to use that like I was saying before. You can just push this down. So you can push it down, you can actually use the stamper, it doesn't really matter. Now the one thing that I think is super cool, this little piece right here, that's how you clear off the magnets. So I think that's really fun. I don't know why, it's something really satisfying about using that to clear off the magnet. It's a lot of fun. I don't know why, it just is. So again, I like it a lot. You have kind of one sound effect for each mode. Then you have a finishing attack for each mode using this, or again, you can just push it down. But it can actually use Vice stamps here. So if we... And then you want to go ahead and hit this release here. So that's pretty fun. I like that a lot. I like that you can actually use the Vice stamps with the weapon this year. I think that's really cool. So we'll go ahead and we'll try Bata next. And I will say I feel like it shows up a little bit better on this than it does the driver, so you can get better use of the magnets here. I think that's really fun. So I think that's really fun. I like that a lot. I love that these are interactive. Now you're going to get pretty much the same sounds out of this every time, but it makes this say its own name, so it kind of coincides and it times up perfectly. Very similar to like the G-Con Grade from Geo or something like that, but I think it's really fun. So that's going to do it for this one, but I definitely recommend picking it up. I think it's a lot of fun. I really like the design. I love the color scheme. I like the sound effects that it makes on its own. I like the little face here on the end. Like I said, it's definitely giving me Venom vibes, and I just kind of love that. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Almost like a spooky Halloween thing, something like that, which I just think is a lot of fun. So I like that you can kind of take that off as a stamp. It's unfortunate it doesn't work with the driver. I wish it was the same width so that I could actually use it with the driver, almost like another Vice stamp, but it's not a big deal. But I love that you can pop that off, use it for the power-up, pop it back on. All the sounds that it makes on its own with the two different modes, the two different power-ups, and then all the different Vice stamps that it's compatible with as well. So it's not necessarily a reader of Vice stamps in any way, but it does have sounds that the Vice stamp makes that coincide with the sounds that it makes, so it works pretty well in that regard. I like it a lot. I really do. There's really nothing about this one that I don't like. I also love that you have the little like almost shotgun pump to kind of clear the stamping area. It's just really satisfying and fun to play with. I don't know why. It just really is. So like I said, I really don't have anything bad to say about this one. I really recommend picking it up. If you got the giant box set like I did, then you already have this one. But if you went for the standalone driver, you can buy this on its own. I definitely recommend picking it up. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.